The following upload is intended for reaction purposes only. All rights are reserved for the initial copyright owner. The full reaction to this video is available on my Patreon in the description below. Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching House of the Dragon. This episode 6 of season 1. Hopefully guys have been enjoying the series so far. Last episode was good, mate. I enjoyed it. It was the wedding proposal, pretty much. It was Rhaenyra getting offered to the Valyrians. Now, what's interesting is they actually had a few conditions themselves. You know, I thought he was just going to accept it. Boom. Yes, thanks. We're on the throne, but no, mate. They asked that once they get married and once they have kids, they want the children to bear the Valyrians' name, not the Targaryens, which is very interesting. I never even thought of it that way. And the king obviously countered that and said, do you really think that I'm going to accept that? Which means that the Targaryen name will end with Rhaenyra. Do you know what I mean? And they was like, well, look, you know, usually you take the man's name, and you know, the king actually come to a counter offer. He said they can take your name, the Valyrians, but as they are sat on the throne, they will be known as the Targaryens. That's how I read it anyway. It might be totally wrong, but I'll just come straight off the back of the last episode. I believe that's what he said. It was a compromise so that both families are acknowledged as obviously rulers. And the only other compromise I think they could have done is the females take the Targaryens' name and the males take the Valyrians. That way, as we go down, obviously as people have kids, you can have first female, first male, and so on, you know. Both families chopping and changing, stay relevant. Now, it was celebration time, you know, everybody was getting invited. It was a big feast going on. We had the Lannisters there, the Valyrians there, obviously we had the Targaryens. Alicent as well, she's not happy. She's found out in this episode that Sir Criston, you know, he proposed to Rhaenyra. He said, mate, look, you don't have to do this duty. Me and you, we could sail away. We can have a happy, quiet life. Nobody will know who we are. You could just pass on, you know, your role, second in line to the throne, hand it down. Me and you, we can have a happy life. Going away, sailing on ships, seeing where they venture out to. And she rejected it. She said, look, mate, I have a duty. I am going to be the queen. And you know what? I've come to a deal with my cousin, obviously the future king, that he can do his own thing. We can be married, but we don't have to be together. I'm going to let him go and be with whoever he wants to be. And he's given me the same permission to be with whoever I want to be. So me and you, we can still carry on. Didn't want that, did he? He was well salty. He was fuming. He was angry. He left. He ended up going and telling Alicent everything that happened, that he slept with her, and obviously that she's been deflowered. Alicent's fuming now. She knows that her dad has obviously lost his job from actually finding out the truth. Well, he found out the truth, but in a wrong way. He thought it was with Daemon, but he wasn't with Daemon. But he's still half there. I give him a little bit of credit. But he's obviously gone from being the king's right-hand man to obviously, like, we've seen him on a horse running around in the rain doing, like, an errand. Do you know what I mean? He's literally lost all of his power. He was pushing Bale on no hardcore. Do you know what I mean? He was forcing his agenda. Clear to see. And obviously, she's fuming. She's turned up to this celebration late during the king's speech as well, like stopped everything. She's coming wearing green. Apparently that's a sign of like battles to come. As he's done his speech, everyone's celebrating. They've gone in, they've done a dance. Daemon's there as well. He's come, he started speaking to Rhaenyra on the dance floor. He's saying, is this what you want? She's like, well, if you want me, come take me. You know, we can get married. I was like, what's going on here, mate? Is she just chatting or what? Then all chaos started going on, mate. You know, the Valyrian that's just about to marry Rhaenyra, he's actually gay. He's got a boyfriend, and his boyfriend actually went over and spoken to Sir Criston. He was like, look, mate, you know, I'm going to keep my guy safe. You keep yours safe. I know your secret. You know mine. We're sound. Man, he wants on, mate. The guy's come in. He's beat him up. He's killed him. Literally beat him to death, mate. Guy's full on dead. Face all mashed up. Madness. Then Criston went outside to kill himself, and he was actually stopped by Alicent, interestingly, and then we rushed the wedding. Do you know what? Instead of it being in a week's time after a whole week of celebrations, it was now. And as it happened, I pronounced you man and wife. Boom. Kings fell to the floor. Don't know if he's dead. Madness, mate. Can't wait to find out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, it's free on the Patreon. Click the link in the description. You can subscribe for get them early, or you can just watch them as they're released. Let's jump into today's episode. She's full on sweating her back out there.
And again. A boy, princess.
Princess?
Kicking like a goat, princess.
Kicking like a goat. Wait, is this Rhaenyra? So the king can't be dead then, because she would be queen herself.
Remain a bed, princess.
Yes, I should. Help me dress. Oh, it's coming.
The afterbirth.
She's acting well there.
Boy, I've just heard.
He is still there. Guy didn't even get no consequences from last episode, killing that guy. His boyfriend.
Happy news this morning.
He's still alive, mate. Look at him, he's like a skeleton, mate.
Does the babe have a name yet? We haven't spoken.
Joffrey.
Fuck that, mate. He's not being called Joffrey. Nah, I'm not having that.
Name for Valerian. Do keep trying, Selena. Sooner or later, you may get one who looks like you.
Fuck yeah. What a bitch. Alright, before we go into this, how far, like, literally, how far in the future is this, mate? I'm pretty sure we started episode 1. Rhaenyra was like 5. Ending episode, well, starting episode 6, she's about 28 or something. Like, listen, how's the king still alive from last episode? Like, let's be honest, we clearly jumped. We've changed characters. Like, literally, like Rhaenyra and Alicent are 2 different characters now. She's much older. They're obviously wed. She's been pregnant clearly for 9 months. She's had a kid. Now, she just made a comment saying, keep trying. You might get one that actually looks like you, which makes me think that this isn't the first kid that they've had. They've had others. So how long is the timeline between last and this episode? And what's happened between everybody? The king looks like Gollum, mate. Literally, last episode, I thought he died. This episode, he looks like he's literally dying again. I don't even know, actually. He looks all right, but he's lost an arm. I don't even know. Like, that guy, man, he's hanging on. Hanging on. Now, is that his kid or not? Is it someone else's? Are they happily married? Has she seen somebody? Kriston. Guy got no punishment for what he done to him. Do you know what I mean? Killed that guy, nothing. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? It's madness. I thought it's a mad start, to be honest.
Father, please may I hold Joffrey?
No. Back to the dragon pit.
Yo, them eyes are so sick.
Siri.
Guy's starving though. Got his lunch.
Hold mastery over your dragon, my
I
young
dar
princess,
la rota got vespers on me.
as Prince Aegon has with Sunfire.
Can I say it?
Dracarys.
Dracarys, Verma!
You're the only one of us without a dragon. So, we found one. Be sure to mount her carefully. First flight's always rough.
I hate you when it's so dark. The camera quality goes well, crap. Right, it looks like a beast, that one, doesn't it? We are nearly 17 minutes in, right? And we're not fully addressed. I mean, we know that's Rhaenyra and Alicent, but we haven't addressed it. Like, we've moved on. We know that's Aegon there. The one that said, you haven't got a dragon, you know, be sure to ride him carefully or something. Okay, that's Alicent's kid. Then we've got 2 kids there with black hair that are Rhaenyra's, which I'm disappointed with. I don't like the black hair. You know, Targaryens, they've all got blonde hair, haven't they? They all look sick, long blonde hair. But we'll rock with it. We'll see where it goes. But then we got this guy who gives me Joffrey vibes. You know what I mean?
Your grandsons are a menace.
They're more children than he is.
They're savages. And it's not surprising. To have one child like that is a mistake. To have 3 is an insult. To the throne, to you. To House Velaryon and the match you battled so hard to make for her. Not to mention decency itself.
Is that watching him behind his mum?
Idea, is it? Emmond is your brother.
Oh, he's a twat.
We are family. Half and about to live your own, but in the world, we must defend our own. If Rhaenyra comes into power, your very life could be forfeit. You are the challenge! You are the challenge, Aegon! Simply by living and breathing!
I wish to offer you a permanent residence here in Pentos. Triarchy has made common cause with Corem Martell of Dawn. My aim is to protect Pentos from the lustful eye of the Triarchy. Aid Pentos in this.
See what I mean, right? Interesting offer. Now, I know it's called House of the Dragon, and it's heavily revolved around the Targaryens, but I would also like other families to come and challenge. We had a little fight with the Crab King or whatever, totally forgot his names, like 5 weeks ago. But that was decent. and Daemon was sick, he stood there, didn't he? Got his sword out and all that, mate. And give me the Jon Snow moment when all the horses was running. Wasn't as epic, but it was one of them things that he come in, he did a massive thing, a good little scrap, it was decent. And have you noticed that all of the Targaryen, well, the king and Daemon have a sovereign ring? Boom, got one as well. Copying. No, they're copying me actually. But get one if you haven't got one. I'm interested to see where it goes. I thought it was a good proposal. It was decent. Free land there, protect the people, little army behind you as well. You know, if he's not going to take the royal crown, marry Rhaenyra, which clearly he hasn't, he's done a Velaryon, which is pretty good as well, mate. You know, if they've got good connections with the family, which it seems like they have, they've got kids as well, they're still powerful.
We are more than this, Daemon. We are not minstrels or mummers who play at the pleasure of an alien prince. We are the blood of old Valyria.
Soften your knees. Feet light.
Jacaerys.
You spar with Aegon.
It's hardly a fair match.
I know you've never seen true battle, sir, but when steel has drawn, a fair match isn't something anyone should expect. Move with him. Stay on the attack. Use your feet. Don't let him. Your interest in the Princeling's training is quite unusual, Commander. Most men would only have that kind of devotion toward a cousin or a son.
No, to be fair though, right, what he was just doing there, it was a mismatch, but in a battle, yeah, in war, or whatever you want to call it, when everybody comes in, you don't, hang on mate, like, how long have you been training for? 10 years? I'm new, baby. Can I go fight that guy over there? He looks a bit smaller. I think I got a better chance. No, you don't, do you? You literally, wherever someone comes, you fight. Could be 2 on, 3 on 1. Guy could be coming on a dragon. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to play with the cards that you've been dealt, and if it's a mismatch, it's a mismatch. You got to fight and be prepared for everything. So, to be honest, I didn't mind that, but it was good that he had, you know, like, he's poking him, really. Do you know what I mean? Got retaliation out of him.
There's been an incident in the yard.
He is a knight of the King's Guard now. Sail, Prince. A defender of future heir to the throne.
Intimacy with the Princess Rhaenyra is an offence that would mean exile and death.
Do you know what's happened? Well, you've been guzzling all the ale in Fleabot and God know what besides. Questions about our son's parentage. You do not desert your post when the storm lashes.
That's good.
Flees the storm as it gathers.
Well, that is true. That was a good. It was good for both of them. I agree with both what they said. Do you know this one here? This one here, she reminds me of Cersei. Get Cersei vibes.
Rhaenyra has delivered another son.
Brother mentioned if this one also bears a marked but entirely coincidental resemblance to the commander of the city wall.
You should address the latest developments in the stepstones, my lords.
There should have been fortifications built. Watchtowers, a fleet of ships, a garrison of soldiers sent to hold our ground.
We cannot afford it. We must consider the cost to our subjects.
I must
The
agree.
cost of war is greater. Felt the strife between our families of late, my queen. My son, Jacaerys, will inherit the Iron Throne after me. I propose we betroth him to your daughter, Helena.
Because then she can guarantee her family's on the throne. Yeah, that's pretty good, that. I think that's a good one.
Syrax brings forth another clutch of eggs. Your son, Aemond, will have his choice of them.
Feels the earth washing away beneath her feet, and now she expects us to ignore her transgressions and for me to marry my only daughter to one of her plain-featured sons.
Yo, let's be honest, right? Alicent should have zero say in what happens. The king should say, yep, and that's it, done and dusted. I don't care if she's the queen, yeah? She is not the blood right to the throne, and he has the final say. If he wants that deal done, deal's done, mate. Well, that's what should happen anyway. I personally think it's a fantastic idea. She's going on about her son. Oh, yeah, you're next in line to the throne. They're going to well, they're not going to come for you, are they? If they're going to make your next son in line for the throne, it ensures all your family's safe. Do you know what I mean? You think that once Rhaenyra takes power, that she's going to eliminate anybody that can pose a threat to her title? Well, what's the fucking point in that when she's going to make her daughter and your son next in line to the title? It makes no sense whatsoever. It secures your family safe there, keeps the legacy going, puts your name onto the throne. It's a fantastic proposition. Your kid also gets a dragon's egg. You can't just disregard it because you're a little bit salty and you don't like Rhaenyra. Do you know what I mean? You are doing my head in, mate.
I do not need the blame. I have come to resign my position as Hand of the King. The episode in the yard this morning, my son Harwin has disgraced himself.
Have your reasoning in plain
Language.
Nah, you forced him here.
Then I cannot accept this.
Husband.
I said no. It's going to help me.
No, you pissed her off now, that's why. Mate, she is so stuck up, honestly, she's so stuck up.
With my father.
He attempted to resign his post.
His honour's always been a millstone about his esteemed neck. My father cannot give unbiased counsel to the king.
The Order of King's Landing is in no one to take my side.
She just wants a brown noser, that's what it is.
A murderer, a deviant, a traitor to the crown. I am prepared to offer you mercy.
Oh, they're cutting the tongues out, aren't they? Oh, fucking hell, mate, that is some gruesome shit, that.
Try to remove the infant by way of the blade.
Looks like she's still alive then. I don't know. Oh, what's happening? Oh, she wants to burn herself. Oh, the dragon's like, don't know what to do, look. Maybe her daughter takes it. Yo, that one looks a mad one. She's gone. What's mad? That, do you know what? Again, that's one of them, like, it's a mad decision. Like, literally, you can either kill the baby or kill the wife, but she decided to kill them both. Do you know what I mean? I think that's proper savage. I mean, I get where she's coming from. She probably don't want to live in a world where the baby's dead. Do you know what I mean? But then again, if that's the case, she should have let them cut her open and maybe save the baby and a small little chance that you stay alive. Right now, you just condemn both of you to death. Do you know what I mean? Without giving it a second go. Now, that dragon, I like how he didn't instantly kill her. You could tell that he had a bit of loyalty towards it. He was looking at her. It's a big bastard, that, innit, mate? Massive. And her daughter, the one that was trying to get the egg out the fire, he's going to take it. And maybe this egg that's left can be the one, the kid that's trying to. Do you know, Alicent's one? Who knows, mate? Endless possibilities. But Daemon seemed to be kind of like a regressed dad this episode, so to speak. Not like the feared, scary guy that we've seen people, you know, like act around in the first 5 episodes. So maybe like this has impacted him big time and we see him go crazy in the next few.
I will be a stranger when we meet again.
We're finished here. We're leaving.
What of your offer, Jace and Helena?
I have been undermined. This sailor flees the storms it gathers.
I dominated him.
Bring him.
That's good, Rhaenyra. That's good. That's good. That's good. Fair play, mate.
What are children? But a weakness. Through them you imagine you cheat the great darkness of its victory.
Yo, I've got both of them rings that he's got in his hand there. Mine are just a lot smaller. I've got one on each finger.
You may know.
Oh, there's them guys on it.
It's the right thing to be done. Love stays the hand.
Not wish for this.
I feel certain you will reward me.
Now Dad can come back into second and command you on the hand to the king. That was interesting. Do you know, I was just saying before, like, I'm actually happy that somebody's come in and actually done sort of a threat, a battle, you know, creating the side storyline. Because yes, I know it's about the Targaryens and this family in the story, and you know, if Rhaenyra, you know, takes the throne and not. But like, I also like other stories, fighting, people coming, trying to take roles, positions, take the king out, take Otto out, take the queen out, try and take Rhaenyra out, take a Valyrian, do you know what I mean, go after Daemon. I don't care who's doing it, I want something to happen, do you know what I mean? Right now, it's like nobody's attacking nobody, but I'm not saying the episodes are bad, but what I'm saying is there's been no attacks, no threats. It's just been kind of like relationship building, and this is my crown, no it's not, it's yours. My son should be next, no it's not, mine should be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to marry into the throne, you deserve this, you deserve that, let's ally ourselves together. You know what I mean? Like, where is the threat? Who's attacking somebody? Who's trying to take someone? Who's killing it? This is the first one that we've seen today. Okay, we've seen, like I said, when Daemon had the fight on the seas with the crab feeder. That was good. That was the first little bit of threat, and it ended too quick in my opinion. Rhaenyra was saying here in the board meeting, she was saying, look mate, somebody's coming and taking it again. We should have left ships there, should have put watchtowers there, we should have had men there ruling it, we should have claimed that as our own land. Do you know what I mean? Obviously Alicent's countering that, saying that, mate, our coffers are full, but we can't go around just spending money willy-nilly. Do you know what I mean? We have to strategically place it in situations. Now, she's ended up countering that by saying, look, mate, I know that we're going back and forth, and I know that we're not really seeing eye to eye, but we used to be friends. We did. Do you know what I mean? And now we're all one combined big family. And my offer to you is that your son marries my daughter. That way, your family is going to be on the throne, and my family will still be on the throne. Two houses don't have to bicker and beat each other up. We could both have the same thing with one united family. I think that was a great deal. I think they have to take it. But no, Alison's salty as anything, mate. Literally. This episode, I felt like giving her the middle finger and telling her to swivel. Literally, all episode, she was pecking my head. But we jumped 10 years again into the future. So, by my calculations, we're definitely in the 15 to 20 year range since episode 1. We're on episode 6. Yeah, the only person that seems to have progressed is Alison, RHAENYRA and the king. Everybody else kind of still looks the same. Now, it's interesting, like 10 characters is kind of introduced, all the kids in today's episode. I have no idea about the names, but I'm excited to see what we do with them moving forward. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed it. Now, very interesting, RHAENYRA has left. Her father, Alison, she's no longer wanting to be around those people. Rumours are going around that she's been having children with not her actual husband, which by looking at the hairstyles, definitely wouldn't say that's not true. Do you know what I mean? He's still going around, he's sleeping with guys and that. It seems like he's got a boyfriend. She's allowing him to come along with it, so you've got to respect it. She's still committed to the role and obviously the vows or whatever the deal that they done earlier on in their lives. Now, I do think it's interesting though that Alison still doesn't like her big time. Do you know what I mean? She threw the first bit of shade at her husband, when they introduced the baby, and she looked at the hair and said, maybe you get one right this time. Wound her, proper wound her. That's throwing shade. She's got 3 kids, RHAENYRA, hasn't she? She's got 2 lads and a girl, is it? Oh no, she's got 3 lads. She's got 3 lads. Alison, she's had 2 lads and a boy and a female, so that's 3 and 3. And then we're going over to Damon, and again, Damon looks like he's got 2 girls, and he was going to have a 3rd as well, but his wife unfortunately couldn't actually give birth, and boom, mate, she ended up being killed in this episode, which is mad really, because if you think about it, Damon, last episode, had a wife who got killed by Damon, and in this episode, the one after, Damon had a wife who got killed by the dragon. So that's 2 episodes, 2 wives, 2 deaths. Really interesting. Now, I think that she's going to the kingdom. Well, basically, the episode where Millie come, or what's her name now, RHAENYRA's come onto the bridge and obviously took the egg off Damon when Otto went to get it the first time, and he was in the high tower or whatever you want to call it, that kingdom. That is RHAENYRA's, innit? That is hers, and that looks like where she's gone now. She's flee where she previously was, and she's moved over and she's going up there. But I feel like Damon may actually flee not flee, but leave this place and return to that place, and then I feel like them 2 are getting together. I don't know why, man. I am just feeling hardcore that Damon and RHAENYRA are going to end up being united team. I feel like they're going to spearhead it going forward. I feel like the interesting thing that might happen is the king might die, and somehow Alison and one of her kids actually take the throne and not RHAENYRA, and then I feel like Damon and her might unite or something and go, I have no idea, I'm just spitting random things going along, but what a power couple, what a story that would be if them 2 got together. I'm interested what happened last episode. They was there, they was talking, she was saying, take me away, wed me, if you want to be with me, let's do it. She might have been bullshitting. I have no idea. The chaos started, it looked like it was about to kiss. The people like crossed the path of the view of the king, John Cena, you can't see me, and then boom, mate, didn't see anything that happened again. So what did they discuss and deal with and get to? I think that it's going to be sick. I've got to say, bit wounded that the Alison and the RHAENYRA, the younger ones, are out of the show now. I actually thought they was decent. I was really engaged with both of them, and it did get me hooked onto the first 5 episodes. They've done really well, and I feel sorry for them for only having that role and doing it so well that now they've lost it for somebody else to come in and take it forward. But I've got to say, the casting for the 2 people that have replaced him, I feel fit it really well. And I feel like the RHAENYRA casting kind of gives me Cersei vibes. Don't know why. Might be a character, the way she speaks, personality. I think that it's going to be good. And to be honest, Alison was pretty annoying as well, and she kind of fit just exactly the same. And so Kriston's there. Still her guy. Well, she's her guard now, and he's still bashing Rhaenyra. He's salty as well. No repercussion for murdering the Valerian's boyfriend last episode. Nobody actually cares. You know what I mean? Nobody knows that he took the virginity of her as well. So like that's still, you know, a thing that they're hush hush about. But the king is obviously oblivious, or he's just turning a blind eye to what's happening with obviously his daughter and obviously the person that she's just had kids with. Also, I'm not catching up with the names, like, but that guy has just gone and killed his family. Do you know what I mean? He's burnt it down, he's killed it. He's cut the guy's tongues out as well, who's about to be killed. Do you know what I mean? And used them to do it. So this is the guy who's actually starting it. Maybe you get a little Ramsay Bolton thing going. Who knows? But I'm excited and I can't wait to find out more. So thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.